So I'm quite happy today, quite happy, very happy. I am magnificent because we have a new studio for the podcast, for the YouTube channel. Hola! We are in a cottage in the forest. This will be my new space of creation. But today I want to share my creative routines and rituals that allow me to spark the creativity and the inspiration and the motivation within. And luckily for us, this video is sponsored by Grammarly, which we will get into later. So one of my biggest challenges in the past was finding the motivation and inspiration to create when I didn't feel like it, or when I was experiencing a block. Plus creating the structure around my creativity so I can get in a cycle of publishing instead of procrastination. These are the roadblocks a lot of us face in many areas of our life. So I'm going to share with you today some of my creative rituals and routines that allow me to be a full-time artist, content creator, self-publishing my own YouTube channel, podcast, and so much more. So what I like to do for my creative routine is align my energy levels to my workflow. So by paying attention throughout the day when my energy is high, when my energy is low. So I find in the morning, that's when I have the most energy. So I like to do my passion work, my dream work right when I get up in the morning. First, actually, I do my meditation, then my qigong. Then you already know we have a cup of tea, a divine cup of tea necessary every morning. Then I like to get to my passion work. The reason why I do this is because my mind is clear, I'm rested, there's no disruptions in the day yet because it's still the morning time. And in the past, I would leave my dream work, my passion work till the end of the day. But what would happen is, and I'm sure this happens for you as well, you go through the day, you're tired, you have a tough day, you come home, you just want to relax and rest. Now the thing that you truly want to do gets pushed to the side till tomorrow or the next day or the next week or the next month. And the next thing you know, it's been 6 months to a year and you haven't started that YouTube channel yet. So paying attention throughout the day when your energy levels are high, applying that task that fits and getting right to it is amazing for a creative routine. I find in the evening that my energy levels aren't the highest. So that's when I like to do my emails. And speaking of emails, and now it's time for our sponsor. Now I'd like to fill y'all in on my digital writing assistant, Grammarly. No, really, it's become like an assistant for me while I do my emails, write my scripts. I'm even writing a book right now. Grammarly has a free version with basic and grammar spelling suggestions, but upgrading to Grammarly Premium will save you so much more time with their advanced features so you can feel confident that your writing is top-notch and is easy to integrate into your daily life as a browser extension through Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and more. You save time because it double checks your work to make sure there's no embarrassing spelling mistakes, grammar, punctuations, errors. Especially for those important emails or projects, you want to make sure everything is top-notch, and Grammarly comes through and makes everything that much more efficient. Instead of spending time finding synonyms for your overused words, save yourself time with Grammarly's premium vocabulary suggestions to find more effective words and make your writing more compelling. Get your work done quickly with Grammarly's premium clarity suggestions to avoid repeating yourself and help you get your message across by removing unnecessary or redundant words. So I found because of social media and texting and emojis and the LOLs and the limited characters that I wasn't aware of how many shortcuts and how poor my grammar was until I started using Grammarly Premium. Not only do I save a lot of time, I'm talking about a lot of time every single day, but it serves as a teachable lesson as well. I love the suggestions I get when I'm writing to mix up my writing, make it a lot better. And overall, it's making me a better writer. It's sharpening and evolving my skills and giving me a lot more confidence when I blast off those emails or I'm sharing my ideas with others. So save time on your work and emails with Grammarly today. Go to grammarly.com/Heinz to sign up for a free account and get 20% off Grammarly Premium today to help you work more efficiently. Thank you, Grammarly, for sponsoring this video. So a popular quote that I've heard is waiting for inspiration is like waiting at an airport for a train. Woohoo! It's not gonna happen, right? I always say you have to leave room for the magic to flow into the process. So when I am experiencing a creative block or I simply just don't have an idea, I don't wait. I just set up my light. I grab my camera, put it on a tripod. I turn on a song,
Music always gives me ideas. I hear a lyric, next thing you know, boom, I grab my pen, my notepad, now I'm writing. Then I make some pot of tea, then I make a pot of tea that always gets the energy and motion. And by the time I sit down at my desk to speak, the energy's flowing. I am a willing vessel now, willing to create, and I will just run a drill and say whatever comes to my mind. Actually, I learned that from an author. Now, she had these morning drills called morning pages, where every single day you would wake up and you just write whatever came to your mind, 3 pages. And this was a practice that transformed myself. It actually made me realize that creatives, we need drills. We need to practice, you understand? We need to challenge ourselves. And this allowed me to put more emphasis and value on just being in motion instead of perfection. Because some days, let me tell you, I'll be writing and I write like magic, the greatest of ideas. And then other days it makes no sense because you just woke up and you're just blurting thoughts out onto the paper. But it's an amazing practice to allow yourself to get in motion and just to allow yourself to stop procrastinating. And it comes in handy when you get to those projects. We have to learn how to be creative through the chaos. Like, think about a professional athlete, a basketball player, and they're about to shoot a free throw. Thousands of fans are screaming, booing, but they had to mute all that chaos, focus, and make that shot. And as creatives, we have to be able to focus and create through the chaos, through the distractions, through all our responsibilities, through our limitations. But I always say our limitations are opportunities. If you only have 30 minutes to an hour every single day for yourself, you need to master those 30 minutes. You understand? You need to take those 30 minutes and use it to create, use it to do the thing you love most. Stop waiting until you have 8 hours in a day, 4 hours in a day, or all the time in the world. No, dedicate yourself and show yourself that even if you only have 20 minutes, you will work with that. Something that will happen, you will see that life will just bless you with more opportunities and give you more time. That's why I say it's very important that we learn how to create through the chaos. So take advantage of the time that you do have and focus. I focus by having windows of non-stimulation, and I schedule that into my calendar.
These are time blocks where I dedicate to kind of just being bored. You know, I'll do a puzzle, go for a walk in nature, read, or simply just sit outside and do nothing. This helps with filtering out the mind and allowing myself to strengthen my ability to focus. You know, we have so many ways to be distracted in a day that we need to balance it out with windows of non-stimulation. This takes discipline, yes, but discipline is freedom.
I do this because it's like the pre-workout to my creative sessions. Imagine if you have to write a book, and right before you go and sit down to write that book, you're on Instagram and TikTok just scrolling for an hour. Your brain is rambled. So when you schedule windows of non-stimulation throughout your week, you train your mind to be more focused and more present. Because I always say the greatest idea that you may have that could change your life may come when you're at Starbucks waiting in the lineup. But if you're distracted and you're just scrolling all the time, your mind is never idle, willing and waiting to receive ideas. I believe ideas have us. We don't have ideas. So we have to be able to put ourselves in a space to be able to receive those ideas. So windows of non-stimulation are great. Quick tip to help us focus and be more present is simply we have to create discipline. Now, I have 2 phones. This phone has my social media. This phone doesn't. This is the phone I carry with me everywhere I go. This is my main phone. This is the phone people call me on, text me on. This phone only has Wi-Fi. I leave it off, but it has my social media on it. The reason why I do this is so when I'm out in public or I'm just out and about, I'm constantly not checking my phone because I can't. There's no social media. There's nothing to do. This really helps strengthen my focus and strengthen being present. Instead of checking my phone every time I have 30 seconds to waste, 15 seconds to waste, what do? I allow my mind to be idle and ideas come from me. Now, if you're saying, oh, I don't have enough money for 2 phones, guaranteed if you spend $100, $50 on an old iPhone, on an old Android, the time you save from being more focused and present, you will make that money back in whatever you are doing. It is an investment that is worth it, guaranteed. You can trust me on that. And you take your energy back. Because our highest form of currency is what? It's in our energy, it's in our attention, it's in our focus.
To really get focused, I schedule in time for deep work. every week, every day, there is a 4-hour block, at least once or twice a day, that I schedule in. And this is where I allow myself to get deep into whatever I am working on or creating. No phone, no distractions.
So when you schedule a deep work session, this is time committed to yourself to sit down and do the thing you want to do. This is sacred. 3 to 4 hours, dedicate yourself. At the beginning, it will be difficult, but over time, it gets a lot easier and you get into that flow state and you start to produce your best work. Excellence isn't an act, right? It's a habit. So over time, we form these healthy habits and we build this resilience and strength for our creativity. We don't have to wait for the creativity to come. Sometimes it will come. Sometimes life will just inspire us and it just... But if you're somebody that wants to transform your creativity into a profession, or somebody who just wants to express yourself more, you need these routines, you need these challenges, you need these rituals. And another one I love is rest.
I renew my mind, body, and spirit. And this is necessary to creating a sustainable system so we don't burn out, and I simply allow myself to feel good. Sometimes we stress ourselves so much and we're pushing ourselves way too hard. That's why a routine that has renewal within it is super necessary. I can't stress this enough. So every Saturday, I have a Sabbath. I take care of myself and I renew my mind, body, and spirit so I can stay on top of my projects and allow the energy to flow back on Sunday, back on Monday.
Renewal in your creative routine is necessary. And one of my favorite things, and maybe the last thing right now, is unnecessary creation. This is time where you just schedule into your calendar unnecessary creation, which means no expectations. You may post it, you may not, you may share it, you may not. You may make something and just throw it in the garbage. It doesn't matter. There's no expectations, because sometimes what happens, we put so much pressure on what we are making, and we put so much pressure that we have to come out with something amazing, something beautiful. We don't do anything. We procrastinate. We jinx ourselves out of doing the very thing we love. So unnecessary creation is a practice to remind ourselves that we do this because it's fun. We do this because we love it. We do this because it feels good to our mind, body, and spirit. And to create with no expectations is a beautiful thing. But other days, we do have expectations. Why? Because we are professionals and we do this because we want to express ourselves every single day. My final routine is every days. I made a pact to myself 2 years ago, or was it 1 year ago? About 18 months ago, that I would make something every single day and post it. And I did that. That's why I started a daily podcast. Multiple reasons. I wanted to be there for others every single morning, but also I wanted to create and express myself every single day. What that did for me was it allowed me to get better faster, and it allowed me to get over my perfection because I didn't put all my eggs in one basket. When you make something once every 3 months, you jinx yourselves, because by the time you get to that spot, you're going to make something, you build that motivation, you build that motivation, you build that motivation. You get to that situation, and now you put all this pressure to create something beautiful because you haven't made anything in a long time. But when you're making something every day, some days it will suck, some days will be amazing, but you're in motion. If I take 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off from making something, I will go right back into procrastinating. That's why I need to have these rituals, these routines to allow myself to get in motion. But I simply just don't like to take much time off because this is fun. Our highest form of nutrition is in our expression, and having a creative routine will help you create your best. So again, aligning your workflow to your energy, necessary. Windows of non-stimulation, learning how to create through the chaos by being focused, right? By training our mind, by allowing ourselves to go deep into our work, scheduling our work, having unnecessary creation, and having renewal a part of our routine. Creating content or expression, art, whatever it may be. I believe every single one of us is an artist. I believe it is a spiritual journey. You understand? That is a deep relationship you have with yourself and with the world. And each one of us can go on that journey today, strengthen it, get out of our minds, stop procrastinating, and take charge and allow ourselves to produce our best work. And you don't know in hindsight, everything gonna be all right. I gotta see what I'm gonna do with this new studio, how I'm gonna vibe it out. It's
it's gonna be a process. I want to get it done as fast as possible, but knowing me, it will evolve every single day. So thank you for tuning in. This was my first time shooting here, so it was a little bit weird, different angles to work with, but I had fun. I see you next time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know which practices or rituals resonated with you, or let me know what some of your routines are. I'd love to hear your ideas. My ideas strengthen you, your ideas strengthen me, and we can all share ideas with each other so we can strengthen one another. Bless up, y'all.